This is Laddie. Okay. So I am at my I'm at the lake house. My parents' lake house. And I was gonna do a little mini ASMR video. If it's quiet and there were no neighbors. And the neighbors who usually aren't here, or it's just the two of them, have family over, which is great. But they're being a little loud today, so I'm filming inside instead of down at the dock. But besides all that, this is one of my favorite places and one of my favorite spaces. And even though the neighbors are here, this is my time to be silent and quiet and still, and do nothing but exist. This is one of the most peaceful places I have in my life. And a lot of people don't have places like this. A lot of people don't have opportunities to visit places like this. And just because places like this do exist, just remember that there are places that you can find that give you peace in a different way, that allow you to be quiet and silent and still and just exist. So this is my space for that, and I hope that you guys can find your space for that. This place, this space, in my life has definitely made a difference, and it helped me unwind and just be quiet and calm. So yeah, like I don't even have music playing today. But anyway, there's very few places in my life that I feel as at peace as I do now. This is my meditation space. I love going down to the dock. And the reason I'm not down at the dock right now is because it's a little windy and I didn't want the noise. But also the neighbors are paddleboarding, so I didn't want them to just be randomly in the background. So today's to-do list, obviously I have my yoga mat out. It's going to be family time after my video. Definitely a nap. Got here very late last night / early this morning. A little bit of yoga and then whatever I want. I get to spend the entire day here today. I've already made breakfast and I have my coffee. And yeah, I'm really excited to spend time here. Thursday at work was great. I worked with one of my favorite people, besides one of my best friends that I get to work with almost every day. But this woman I love her. She's fantastic. She makes my entire day when I see her. I got a text from her after she left work when she got home. It's like, thank you so much for being at work today. Today was great. So it's really good to have people like that in your life that love you unconditionally just because, and appreciate you just because you exist. So I'm really grateful for her in a number of ways. But short day Friday, I only worked a couple hours just because I worked really long hours on Monday and Tuesday, and it felt very strange. It was a very strange shift for me because I was there for such a short amount of time that I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do like 6 things and it's already 8 o'clock. But anyway, so the last 2 days of my week were really good days. I got a lot done at the house on Wednesday and then Friday morning. And I used to make fun of my mom for cleaning and being obsessive about it before she went away. But now I get to come home to my bed's made, my laundry's done. I think I still need to run the dishwasher. I don't remember. But the trash was out. Fridge is clean. I don't have to worry about anything being dirty or gross when I get back. So yeah, I'm excited to have a clean house to come home to. And I totally understand my mom now. I brought books with me today because the internet service up here is not that great. The Wi-Fi is not that great, and you go outside and your phone's useless. So that's the other reason I'm not filming down at the dock. The third reason I'm not filming down at the dock, because I don't get reception. Yeah, I brought books with me that I bought months ago that I never read, because the job that I had before quarantine shut everything down had a lot of downtime at it. So I would read because we weren't allowed to be on our phones on the floor. So yeah, these are books that, like, quarantine happened and yeah, I could have read, but then I got a job during quarantine, so I was able to work, and I don't have a lot of downtime at this job, so I haven't been able to read them. So, and they're my vice, which is grocery store romance novels. And they're very cheesy, and they're very, a lot of people call them beach reads because you can read them in a day and they're just really quick and easy and simple. So I'll probably finish one of them, if not both of them, this weekend. I really want to do an ASMR video up here. It is so nice and so peaceful. So maybe once the neighbors quiet down or leave, sometimes they only stay for the afternoon or a day, but I'm definitely going to do one tonight. I really want you guys to hear and experience the lake at night. The water just alone. You'll see why I go down to the dock to meditate. I'm really excited to share that with you. A lot of people have been talking about the whole mask thing that I mentioned in my last video, where you're literally taking your mask off, and your figurative mask off, and the sociological dramaturgy and stuff that I mentioned last video. And this place is where I can have my mask completely off. I can completely be myself. I can completely check out mentally, and I don't have to think about a lot of stuff that I would normally think about at home or at work or around my friends. And it's because I have family here, and it's because it's family time and I can be myself around them. That took a lot of time though, and I'm not bragging. I'm not showing you this space. I'm not sharing this space with you and talking about how I can be myself around my family to throw it in your face. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to say, like, look how healthy I am, because I'm not. This is an ongoing battle. I've talked about my body dysmorphia before. Right now I'm not happy with most. I still have body dysmorphia, basically. I hate my hair. I want to talk, and it used to be that the only thing I liked about myself was my hair. I talk about shaving my head all the time, literally all the time, just because it's been so humid lately that it does whatever it wants. This is even after a hair mask. This is just me letting it air dry. I haven't used any heat, so, and I know that I bleached it, so it's a little bit damaged, but like, don't tell me like, oh, you straighten it all the time, so it's damaged. I do nothing. I'm getting it cut in a couple weeks, so hopefully that'll help, and I'll be able to have some sort of styling technique that the stylist I'm going to can recommend or suggests, or maybe he'll just be like, yeah, let's shave it. I don't know. We'll see. But I really want you guys to be able to have a space like this. Not a lake house. Not a lake house. I want you guys to be able to find a space in your life where you can be completely still, where you can literally just exist, and just sit and meditate and be quiet and still and appreciate things. One of the other things that I want you guys to know is that I know a lot of you might not find your family to be a safe space. I know that it's hard for people to be comfortable around their families, to be able to be themselves. And I want you guys to get to a point where you can find a pseudo family, not necessarily your biological family, but people that appreciate you and love you unconditionally just because you exist. I really want that for you guys, because being able to find comfort in the people around you is really important. Being able to find peace in the people around you is really important. And for a lot of you, that's not your family members, and that's okay. Just because they're family doesn't mean they're not toxic. Just because they're family doesn't mean that they're not a good person or that they're not a bad person. You don't have to have a bad relationship with your mom. You don't have to have a bad relationship with your aunts and uncles, cousins, siblings, but you don't have to have good relationships with them either. Toxic people are toxic people, period. Doesn't matter who they are. But here, there's barely anybody that I have to interact with. Like, the neighbors are here and they have guests and other family visiting, but I don't have to go outside and talk to them. I don't have to talk to anybody if I don't want to. This is that space for me. This is my space where I can take my mask off and be alone. And learning to be alone is something that I've struggled with. I used to use, I used to sleep with music, and now I just sleep with ASMR when I can't sleep, and that's mostly because it's been so hot. But I used to sleep with music because I was afraid of being alone and I hated the silence. Now I appreciate it. I've learned to appreciate it and I've learned to love it. I've learned to appreciate the quiet and the moments that I have to myself. Ironic, I know. I don't know if you heard it, but the neighbors are playing in the water, and I just said quiet moments and she screamed. But yeah, I want you guys to be able to find quiet and silence and learn to appreciate it and learn to love it. And because I was afraid to spend time with myself. I was afraid to be alone with my own thoughts. And it got to the point where I was like, I don't want to be scared of myself. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm scared to be alone and that I can't be alone, because living on your own, doing things by yourself, graduating to that point in your life mentally and emotionally is a very empowering thing. Traveling alone. Yeah. Being able to get to a point where being alone with yourself and your own thoughts is a good thing is a very empowering feeling. And yeah. Sorry. I am, obviously you can tell I'm very relaxed. I went off book a little bit here at the end, but that's okay. I am definitely gonna do an ASMR later. I wish you could see, I'll post pictures, and I'll do another video later where you can see some other stuff of the lake and the water, and I definitely want to do an ASMR because it's just so nice up here. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee, so I hope you find some time to yourself today. I hope you find some quiet today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.